County 911 location of emergency. What's your name? Can you hear me?
"911 gets a call, and there's a voice on the phone saying, "Help, it's garbled." They're trying to figure out exactly what's going on.
I have an officer there, but you have to go to the door. Can you hear me?
Uniformed patrol deputies get there. They're trying to make contact. It's late, it's dark, they can't hear anything. They do a safety sweep of the house to try to locate if there's been a crime.
You could see blood all over the ground and a trail of blood that led up to the front of the house. I approached the house and could see bloody handprints down the wall, all over the threshold of the door. Opening the door, there's just a large pool of blood. You could tell that someone had been laying on the ground in that blood. We located a female on her bed, covered in blood, and she had a gunshot wound to her face.
They begin life-saving measures with her.
You could see a gunshot that went through the window directly behind the chair.
The projectiles were there, but there was no weapons found on the property. We weren't sure still exactly what had happened. The only person that can tell us is the victim.
Angie, can you hear me? You able to write down? Did you do this to yourself? Who had the gun? Okay. This is very important. What is his name? Sue knew him? Okay.
Is this the guy that worked for you out at Mom's house?
I learned that Sue was an acquaintance of Angie and had gotten her in contact with a male that had come and done some work at her house. She was able to identify him as David Wolgamuth.
Once we were able to confirm that she was stating that a subject did this to her was the first time that we were 100% confident that we were in a manhunt now, and the clock was ticking.
He was standing right outside one of the entrances. As soon as we were able to confirm that it was him, we took him into custody. He was definitely not happy that we had caught up with him.
Just for everybody's safety, I'm going to check you one more time before we take the handcuffs off of you, okay?
All right, David. My name's Lieutenant Clark with the Sheriff's Office. I'm going to go ahead and record this that way and get a whole bunch of notes or anything, okay? So, this is Sergeant Hands.
How are you, sir?
We want to be able to talk to you about an incident that happened here recently. All right. You said you were working, the last odd job that you had was up at, you said Angie's house in Ball Ground. When was the last time that you worked up there?
Probably something like a week ago. I don't know. Can I ask you a question?
Sure. Yeah.
How did y'all find me? Y'all are a lot quicker than I thought.
What do you mean we're a lot quicker than
Y'all are a lot quicker than I thought.
Tell me what happened last night.
He started realizing the magnitude of what was happening to him. So now was the time to back down. I want him to not look at us as adversaries. I want to be his friend. And that's just rapport building 101.
Here's what we're trying to do. We're trying to understand what all happened.
I don't really know where to start. I just couldn't.
Hey, David, look, why don't you start where you want to with it and just tell us the whole thing?
I'm gonna put it in general terms and kind of put it from my point of view. My fiance needed money. She's very clingy. She didn't want me to be gone all the time, but she wanted money at the same time. So I made her happy to the best of my ability. Okay.
How much money would you say?
It's gotta be like something like $7,000 now.
So you're supporting a big chunk of her living expenses.
Yeah.
Kid, that's a huge responsibility.
Yeah. But she's saying, get it fast, get it done. And I explained to her, I don't want to do this. I don't want, have to do something illegal to, get money. But, you want me to do it in a way that's like impossible, and you're like threatening to like leave me. And here I am looking, 2 years of my life is gonna go down the drain. You know what I mean?
He's literally portraying himself as the victim in this scenario. It turns your stomach in that room.
I know. I know it's hard, man, and I know you're not okay with it. I can see that. You're good. Take your time.
I went up there, and his parents, she was asleep or whatever. It was dark and everything. Of course, it was like 11:30, 11:18, something like that, somewhere in there. I was like, okay, so I just knocked on her door, and I was just like, oh, hey, ma'am, I'm really hungry. I know it's late. Can you try to give me something to eat? And she was like, what are you doing here? Because we had some kind of issue. I can't remember what exactly it was. It was just, like, a lot of people, she just decided out of nowhere she just didn't like me for whatever dumbass reason. No reason at all, really, but...
Well, how long did you work for Angie?
Like 2 days.
Okay.
3 days, something like that.
Yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off. So you're at the door.
So she went to just close the door, and like it sounded like she locked it, but I don't know. I guess instinctually I just knew it wasn't. And I just pushed it open, and seen she was just sitting there on the couch, and she's like, "You need some food. You have some food." And I'm like, "No, bitch. I'm here for your money." She's like, "I ain't got nothing." So I just shot her in the face, and then she was sitting there leaning like this, and I was just so upset because I even had to do this that I just pistol whipped her in the face. The gun accidentally went off, and she finally fell down, so I might have shot her through the top of the mouth. I'm not sure.
Where's that for, sir? Go ahead and step this way.
Manner of death is undetermined. When I read that, I was and am still astounded.
When she did finally come to my office and come to court, she was on a walker. She had an oxygen machine. It was hard to speak to her. There was really not much quality of life for her left after this. But she was, at that point, I think, determined to make sure that someone understood what had happened. She was willing to stand up and make sure that he didn't do this to anybody else.
It's just rough sometimes. I still have dreams, things like that, and it's hard. Angie was my second mom, not only an aunt, but somebody that was there as well to, you know, help me grow up and help me raise right. I guess the biggest thing is just that I miss her.